Hello and welcome to my channel. Merry Christmas! My name is Jody and today I'm going to make a few more matchboxes and I'm going to do a larger size. So this is the typical small size and you can see how much bigger the big one is. I had these really cute little picture frames that I got from Temu and I wanted to do them on here. So I was thinking the background I wanted to be music notes for that holiday spirit. And I wanted the paper to look a little bit weathered, rustic, and old. So I have a sheet of paper, and what I'm going to do is really crinkle it. Make it look old. Crinkle it up. It's kind of satisfying to do this. And then part, and I'll just crinkle it a little bit more here. Give it a really good bend, because what we're going to do to it is take an ink pad and kind of add some color to that paper. So I've got two different colors here. Let's start with the green. And what you're going to do is just run it along. Just run it along the paper and it'll just stick to the crinkled lines. Okay, so once you get it the way you want it, that's it. That's your paper. Then you can either press it out or even iron it out. I'm going to do some in red as well. I'm going to do 3 matchboxes and I want them to be a little bit different. Kind of a fun technique, and even that middle one might have, you can see too, it's going to have probably, like, I'll do 1 matchbox here, one, hopefully I can get 3 out of this one, and then I can do half and half, which would be fun. All right, so let's see what is going to fit here. Yeah, I'll actually probably only be able to get 2 out of this one. Yeah, 2. All right, so what I like to do is just do, it doesn't have to be too fancy, your line. You can always, I always like to cut it after. If you cut it prior, sometimes you can be a little bit too short. And if it's too long, that's fine. It's easy to, let's start with the red actually. Just cut a little bit off here. If it's too long, it's easy to take it off. All right, we'll flip it over. And then I just take a glue stick. I use Yoo-Hoo glue for these, for the paper part anyway. Give it a really good coating of glue. You're probably wondering why I'm creating on Christmas morning. My kids, a lot of my kids were sick, kids and grandkids, and we decided to postpone our Christmas celebration until Saturday. So I woke up today just like every other morning and had the desire to create. So here I am. I guess these will be for next year, but I just had the desire to create these. All right. And if you notice you don't get enough glue, you can always go back in and just put a little glue on the matchbox directly and press it down. So you can see it's pretty flat, even if it does have a few wrinkles and bumps. It adds to the character of the matchbox. So what I like to do is, I'm just going to cut off the excess here. So see, when you cut it, when it's already on, you get a much cleaner line. And And then I just take this and cut that. And there we go. Got a little bit of green on there. What I might do too, which would be kind of fun, is take the green and just go around the edges, kind of distress the outside and almost give like a little frame to that matchbox. You can see that's already made a huge difference, just kind of making it pop. That paper is so light and it doesn't show up as well. So you can do the same to all of the edges, which I think would be fun. So let's just do that. And I kind of like the two-tone, adding more color. All right, there we go. So now we're going to add the top part. This one I need to cut a little bit more here. And I see some of that ink has come off on my hands, so I'm just going to put a little bit more on here and let it dry. All right, perfect. Now I'm going to, let's see which one we want to do first. I have 3 different ones here. You can see the holly berries, the Christmas tree, and Santa. Let's do the Santa, just because I think it's so cute. And we want to kind of put the little figurines on and see what it's gonna look like. It's like doing a collage, so you want to play around with it a little bit, see what looks good where. There is a little bit of calculating, I guess it would be, to try and see what looks best. You want a little bit of balance. You also want a lot of fun. So that's kind of cute. Kind of want this candy cane facing this way. I'll move this here. Let's just play around a little bit and see what looks best. I can see that ink has smudged, which is fine, but next time I might let it dry a little bit more before I start gluing. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so now that you have it in place where you want all your little figurines, you're going to use some glue. The glue I like to use is this B7000 glue. It works really well for anything, actually, wood, metal, and it comes out a really, you have to push quite hard, but you can see it comes out really fine, in a fine tip, which I like for the miniatures because some of them are very tiny, as you can see. And some of these little miniatures, they kind of indent in the center, so make sure you get a little bit of glue on the outside. And also sometimes I will use tweezers, because some of the things are so tiny to work with, and unfortunately I took my tweezers in the other room, so today we won't have them, because I want to do a few little tiny things after, and I'll show you what I want to do with that. These Santa boots are so adorable. I just love them. I think they're so cute. And these little coffee cups, Kind of look like Starbucks cups, and I think they're sweet too. All right, so you want to make sure you get the glue on the right side. Just a little bead of glue. I think this would be very hard to do if you had really big fingers because this is very fiddly. Little tiny pieces. You can put a little bit in the middle. Put that on a little bit of an angle. And these little cookies are so sweet too. Christmas baking. It's the only time of year I'll have a little bit of sugar. It's hard to do Christmas without baking. All right, so that's so sweet. Now, what I like to do to add a little bit more bling to this, because I think Christmas is about sparkle and shining and all that. And I've got these tiny little gems. I don't know if you can see them. They're super tiny, but they're very sparkly. Now, these you definitely want to put on with tweezers. And unfortunately, I think I left my tweezers in the other room. Let's see if I can use these tiny scissors. It's just really hard to do it without. Yeah, that might work. Okay, so a little dab on the back. Hold it tight and then place it down. And you can see that just adds a little bit of sparkle to our matchbox. All right, so I'll get it in there. It's not as easy to use these, but it'll do for today. Just give a little push down. Matchboxes are so fun. They're they look really great just beside a candle at Christmas, and or even like for birthdays or any event. I just like to have a little box beside my candles, and I just think it looks so cute. Such a conversation piece. And I have to say, at my market this year, a lot of people really stopped and looked at the matchboxes, and you know who loved them the most were the kids. And I kind of felt bad because they loved them and they wanted to touch them, but the parents, of course, with the knowing they were actual matches, wouldn't let them touch them. But I did see online yesterday these cute little boxes. What they did was they were matchboxes, but they took the matches out and then they put in a little pet duck, and then on the outside decorated it accordingly. And I thought, oh, wouldn't that be cute to do just like a pet box, because you know kids like little things too. I think I'll just put a few more in there and we're almost done. There's lots of, you could do this in any color combination, and I look forward to doing a little bit of variety on the other ones. These scissors, you have to keep holding them or they'll fall open. So it's easy to handle. All right, so I'm looking down. Yeah, I think that's good. So we've got our cute little matchbox. All the Christmas things decorated on the side and on the back. You could even put Merry Christmas on the side. That would be really cute, and a little sticker or handwritten. And yeah, I think that's sweet. So I'm going to continue on with the other ones, and I'll show you those on the cover photo. And then you can let me know which one you like the best. So thanks so much for watching. And I do want to give a shout out to J Star. He's on YouTube, one of my friends that I met through the art trading group. And he's the one who got me going on these matchboxes, and I just think they're just such a cute idea. And I'm grateful for him to sharing the idea with me. And so maybe now I can inspire you, and you can make your own matchboxes as well. Thanks so much for watching, and Merry Christmas.